What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a quick look at the Air Jordan 1 in the high 85 and low 85 neutral gray colorway. All right, so before we take a quick look at the shoes, we will take a look at the boxes for both pairs. For the low 85, you are getting this really skinny white and red Air Jordan 1 box. It does read Jordan 1 Low 85 in Summit White Light Smoke Gray. Inside the box, you just get some white paper and you should have some stamps right here. And then on the high 85 box, you are getting a red and black Air Jordan 1 box. And this does read Air Jordan 1 High 85 White Neutral Gray. In the inside here, you get some paper, wax paper, with a Jumpman and Wings logo. It also came with some just standard white paper, which I threw out, but those are the boxes for the shoes. Without further ado, let's take a quick look at both of these. All right, so taking a quick look at both of these shoes, obviously we have the high and the low 85 in the white neutral gray. Now in 1985, these were the natural gray. It was a bit of a darker gray. Here in, I think it was 2021 and then 2023, we are getting them in the neutral gray variety, just a little bit of a lighter gray tone. Now starting with the outsole here, you do have both shoes and they both do have that light neutral gray bottom on both of them right here. On the midsole, the low tops do kind of have a pre-aged look right here with that sail midsole. It does have the 85 midsole here on the low 85. And then on the high 85, they just have a standard white midsole. Again, you do have that different texturized midsole and kind of that little bump right here at the midfoot here. So both of them do have that Air Jordan 1 85 midsole. Now moving your way to the upper, that's where they differ a lot. So the high 85 has a very thick and very firm leather that does take a lot of time to break in. As you can see here, it is very stiff to the touch and it is uncomfortable for your first few wears, but once they break in, they're very nice. There's a lot of structure to the shoe because the leather is just so thick. Now on the low 85s, you get a much softer leather, as you can see right here. It's just very plush to the touch, very soft, basically takes no time to break in at all on the low 85. So in my opinion, this is a lot more comfortable directly out of the box. It's not quite as thick, but it still is a pretty thick cut of leather in my opinion compared to your standard high OGs. Now the swoosh is exaggerated as it was in 1985, a bigger swoosh on the low 85s, and you're getting more or less the exact same thing on the high 85. Obviously you have your Wings logo right here, the Air Jordan 1 85 style on the high 85, and on the low 85 you have the Wings logo on the back, and it is kind of a nice gray, almost kind of like really thick imprint on the suede at the back right here. So definitely quality is definitely top notch on both of these shoes in my opinion. Now as far as the swoosh and kind of the back collar on this guy, you have a really nice thick suede on the lateral side, the back, and on the medial side, and more or less the exact same thing on the high 85s right here. Now in 1985, this material was actually kind of like a grip tape material. It was much different than a suede or nubuck back in 1985. Now they're not sourcing the exact same materials here in 2021 and 2023, but overall I can't be too mad because it is a nice cut of suede here for the swoosh and the upper ankle collar here on the high 85s. Now another place where both of these shoes do differ is on the tongue. So on the tongue on the high 85, you are getting a nylon tongue, similar to all your high OGs. And I believe this is how they did come in 1985. But on the lows, you are getting a canvas tongue, as you can see right here. A difference of material. This is much thicker and just more padded, it seems like, on the low 85s. So you do get a canvas tongue on the low 85s versus the nylon on the high 85s. I'm not too sure if that's how it was in 1985 because there's not a ton of pairs of these neutral or natural grays floating around back from 1985, but I will do some digging. If I do find out, I will post it in the video in the caption. Sitting atop of the tongue, you do have a Nike Air logo with the swoosh. It does seem like on the low 85, the gray is just a little bit darker than the neutral gray on the high 85, as you can see right here. It does seem to be a little bit lighter on the highs versus the lows. And then as far as the padding goes on both of these shoes, there is no shortage of padding. Very thick on the ankle collar on the high 85. And then that's where this shoe does differ compared to the standard low OGs. On the low 85s, this ankle collar is super thick. Whereas on the low OG Air Jordan 1s, it's very sculpted in the ankle. So you are getting that very nice padding at the back of the shoe, which does make the low 85s fit a little snugger in my opinion. I stayed with my true to size in both of these, size 10.5, but compared to your standard low OGs, I do find that these do fit a bit snugger because of all that padding in the back of the shoe. So I will just note that. The toe box is very nice and slanted on the low 85s directly from factory. Now on the the high 85s, it's not quite as slanted, but I think they still did a pretty good job on these guys right here. Now on the high 85s, you do get white laces, and then on the left shoe, you do get some neutral gray laces in a baggie, and then you do get this Jumpman kind of hang tag, which does show all the tech inside this shoe. The air sole encapsulated in polyurethane, and then the solid rubber outsole, and then all the tech specs for the Air Jordan 1 from back in 1985. You did get these back in 1985, so it is very cool to see it on the high 85s, but you're not getting that here in the low 85s. You don't get a hang tag, you don't get any extra laces, but so I love both of them. I think the low tops are a little bit more wearable and a little bit more comfortable. I do really like that pre-aged midsole in my opinion. I think it's a really cool look, but I still do very much enjoy the high 85s. I just haven't broke them out in a while. I do have a double up of both of these shoes, so my other pair of the high 85s in the neutral gray, I have got a decent amount of wear out of them. Now right here on the low tops, where these will differ from the high tops, is they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lace holes on the low 85s. The low OGs have 7, and on the high 85s, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 lace holes. So you get one more lace hole on the high 85s. But overall, both of these shoes are very comfortable. In the high 85s, you also get the sample sticker and let's see if I can pull it out here real quick, a polyurethane insole, very thick, very nice and padded, and it is board lasted with cardboard, the original torsion bar. And then on the medial side of the collar right here, you do have the size stamp, 10.5 200 809 XC. And then on the low tops, again, you do get that polyurethane insole, nice and thick, and then the board last. And then again, on the medial side of the collar, you do have the size stamp there as well. So attention to detail is very much a thing on the 85 series. I'm really looking forward to the burgundy pair in 2024. Let me know what you guys think of both of these shoes, if you guys have them, if you guys like them. I know the white and gray is very wearable across the board. I really enjoy the 85 series. I basically got rid of all of my regular high OGs and low OGs, minus the lost and founds. Obviously, I kept a bunch of pairs of those, but I really enjoy this model, this colorway, and just the 85 series as a whole. But that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at the high 85 versus the low 85 in the neutral gray colorway. Let me know what you guys think of both of these shoes. But like I mentioned, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that does help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.